Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. Welcome to my YouTube station, me and my M&M man. He got moved, by the way. Give you a thumbs up. Anyway, this is a home in the 5-minute video. I'm a national expert in IRS resolution matters. I've worked over 10,000 cases. I have a whole team of former IRS agents. I'm on the news quite a lot. You can look at my videos and my team at 777irs.com. I don't have a bunch of fancy books and need to wear a suit, and I don't have a script I need to use. I just go ahead and you're getting 50 years, baby, right at you. So I do these videos for 3 reasons: A, to educate you, to give you inside tips, and to kind of inform you and educate you as to the things you need to know. Today I'm going to talk about how do you negotiate an offer and compromise. And you need to listen to me. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor of the offer and compromise. I used to accept offers and I used to deny offers with a pen like this. So I could have accepted your offer or denied it. Peter Salinger on my team has worked probably 2,000 to 3,000 offers and compromise. The two of us has probably worked more offers than anybody. That's how well that we know this. We get offer requests all the time. We only take offer cases that we know are going to be accepted. I do these videos in case you want to do them yourself. If you want really expert and affordable representation, you can look at my stuff and you can call me. We do free consultations. Let me tell you about negotiation of an offer and what you can and what you can't negotiate. As a former IRS agent looking at your financial statement, I'm interested basically in 2 things. I'm interested in your assets and the value of those assets and making sure that's a correct evaluation. And the next thing I'm looking at is what the hell is it? The national income standards. There's 2 things that comprise an offer: assets, what is the value, and what's the national standard compared to your income and expenses. So I'm going to go over both real quick, and then I'll get into the negotiation part. So as an IRS agent, I want to know what the true value of your asset is. I will do due diligence on what your assets are. I'll go to realtor.com or realtor.com, what's the other one, or realtor.com or Zillow, and I will find out how much your home is worth. Then I go to your income and expenses, and I say, what is your income? And then I must apply the national standards to your income, and what you think you're going to get for expenses, you're not. I have a whole bunch of videos on the IRS national standard, and you should look at them, because if you don't know what the national standards is and how they apply to your case is going sideways south. And don't pay your money to another firm because they probably don't know what the hell they're talking about. I get so many calls, but they've been ripped off because people don't understand the IRS national standards. Very, very quickly, in 30-second nutshell, it's this: IRS locks you into certain expenses that they will allow you to spend. IRS has national standards for food and clothing, for housing and utilities, for car ownership, and car expenses. You could go on your Google search and find what your national standards are for IRS food and clothing, housing and utilities, ownership, and car expense. The last video I did goes into detail on this. So anyway, you cannot negotiate with the IRS on the national standards. The IRS national standards are set up by the Department of Labor. They're there, they're not going to move from the national standards. So remember, there's 2 things that comprise an offer: the equity you have in your assets and the national standards. IRS has fixed standards. Don't even bother negotiating in that area. You are going to lose. IRS is not allowed to change the national standards. The only area you can change the IRS or negotiate with them is what you put down for the value of your assets. I'll give you one example so you can have that one example to run with. IRS may have looked at Zillow, or IRS may have looked at realtor.com, and then IRS very simply may have assigned that value from Realtor or Zillow and said, this is the value of the house, this is the value we're going to use. But What happens if it needs a new roof, there's a foundational crack, something is wrong with this or something was wrong with that? What you can do at that point is you can get a contractor to go ahead, a licensed contractor, and says, that's not right because this house needs these repairs to live up to the national standard. Then what you can go, live up to the true value of the home. Then what you can do is then you could look at get a comp that you pay someone and they would go ahead appraise the house, but then put in the value of the what the repairs are and show the house is not worth that much. Basically, any value that you put on that form, the financial statement, IRS is going to assign a value. You can negotiate every single one of the values that IRS assigns, but you have to show documentation. So the bottom line here, just so you know, you can't negotiate the national standards, but you can certainly negotiate the value IRS will assign to assets on any case. If this information was so, remember, that's your negotiation, nothing else. IRS it's so tough to get an offer and compromise through, and when you look at this case at 30,000 feet, you must understand IRS doesn't like to work offers. It's a pain in the ass to work offers. Your offer has to be really tight, really correct for IRS to accept it. I should know, I worked for the IRS and I used to teach revenue officers all about this. If this video was good, I'd appreciate so much to give me a subscription. YouTube loves that we have those, and so do I. And if you have questions or you want to retain us, my information is below. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time and listening. Please leave me a comment if you want. Me and my M&M man give you a thumbs up. Thank you.